Okay, hi guys. It's currently 7:16 p.m. Tuesday, August 27, 2019. Tuesday. I thought I'd get out today and exercise because I'm just so behind, and I've been stress eating for the last 2 weeks because I was, stressing about a particular decision. And hopefully it won't be such a dark video, but I thought I'd do a video today about pushing through depression. Pushing through depression. I think I've shared with you guys already that I'm a female veteran. I'm a Navy veteran, second generation Navy war veteran. My father served in Vietnam. I was served in the Gulf War and Operation Enduring Freedom, and the other one I forget. And I know that it sounds weird for a veteran to have forgotten, but my mind is just kind of a blank a bit. But I really am a veteran, guys. As a matter of fact, I think I'm wearing a t-shirt that says so, actually. Just coincidentally. But today's moment is about pushing through depression. I've been stress eating, as I shared with you guys just a few seconds ago, and I've been really stressing about having to make a decision that which would change my life. And I've been stress eating and just laying down and not being very active, and so it's caused weight gain, and it's caused all kinds of chunkiness, as you can see on my face and my other videos, especially the ones that I did a year ago. Now, I called two friends of mine earlier. I consider them elders to me, and they're both married, and they're both Christians. They're both ministers, and the first one, who's older than the second one, she shared some practical things with me, some spiritual things with me and practical. But the second person, she shared some real in-my-face stuff, and that one in-my-face big thing was, you have to get back outside and exercise. So here I am. Besides that, I saw some of my neighbors walking a little bit early, about an hour or so ago, and I knew I was supposed to get out and exercise. The weather has changed quite a bit to where I knew it was okay to get out and do it and not fear dropping dead of like heat exhaustion or whatever. So here I am, pushing through depression. For me and for anybody, exercise really helps because it helps to reverse, I guess, the extra amount of chemicals your body is making, especially when you're stressing. So I guess it reverses the cortisol buildup, the stress hormone, and helps to increase the production of the serotonin. And so it changes your mood and it lifts your mood, and it releases the wonderful endorphins. And on the serotonin part, I may have it off, so forgive me, guys, if I'm not on point. You guys look that up. But for the larger point, this is what I mean. Physical activity changes things in your body, chemically, as well as physically, and it'll start manifesting in a positive way. And sure, you'll get sore from like running or walking, or if you're doing weights, things like that. But if it's for nothing else but to break you out of your routine of whatever lax state you were in and low state you were in, as I shared with you guys. Pushing through depression, you have to get up and get out. You have to really try and to change your routine. So this is what I'm doing. Being a female veteran, and just anybody, when you having served so many years in the military, it changes you, and I'll leave that at that. And whether you serve in a city, state, and local capacity, state troopers, police, firemen, even the medical profession, nurse, doctors, things like that. When you serve in a capacity that's greater than your own existence, ministers, I serve dually in that right because I'm also a minister, and there's a weight on you when you have to walk around being an example and being yourself at the same time. So this is where I am, but today I'm doing what I think is very important also for people who struggle with depression and just anybody, and that is be transparent. My family, of course, knows that I struggle with depression, but I thought it would be okay to share with you guys too, because this world is a big place, and sometimes no matter how many quote-unquote friends or subscribers you have, I don't have many, and either side, you can feel really, really lonely. And sometimes if there's not someone saying, hey, I've gone through that too, or I've struggled through that too, or I understand where you're coming from, sometimes it's just difficult. It's just difficult to get through because no one will be transparent and tell the truth, and you won't feel that kinship with them. I hope I'm making sense. So I'm out here trying to fight back from depression, guys. I'm trying to exercise, getting some fresh air, getting my body going, getting out of the routine that I had lulled into, I guess in a response to the stress of weighing that heavy life decision. And let me just go a little bit further on that. The life decision was, there's a man who's pursuing me. Wow, that's a bad wow. There's a man who's pursuing me, and I know he ain't the one. I know he's not. After 3 days talking to this dude, I knew he wasn't. But I'm also focused on what I know God is telling me and what He's preparing me for. But often, when you're weighing heavy life decisions, there can be a manifested pressure that rests on you. And as a matter of fact, one of the signs that this is not God's will for your life, no matter how much this counterfeit presents itself to you, and no matter what way it tries to present itself to you, if you don't feel any peace, then it's not God's will for your life. If it's confusing in any way, it is not God's will for your life. And it took me a little bit of a while. I initially, blew it off and knew that it wasn't. But then his mother started calling my mother. They're longtime childhood, our parents are longtime childhood friends, both his parents and my parents. My father's going home to be with the Lord now, but his parents, both of them knew my parents. And so they're good people, but sometimes good is not God. And knowing that I have taken the time to do the personal work, to do the personal growth in me, to deal with my issues, to admit things about myself so that God can come in and work on me. And just to get to that point where I'm ready and I know that the person that God intends for me is looking for me. The Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor with the Lord. To know that He's looking for me becomes more evident when now that I have been faced with such a strong counterfeit. And though it weighed me down to the point, having to turn it down weighed me down with such a heavy weight of depression, helped me to understand that that was the right thing to do. Because I'm a Christian, as I said, I love God, and I'm okay with being just me. I've been by myself, divorced for quite some time, and I'm okay. I've always been okay with my own company, and I would rather be with someone who doesn't who wants to be with God just as much as I want to be with God. That way they can be better equipped to want to be with me. And this person, he wasn't this way. He did not know God the way I did, and so on and so forth. But he presented all the other accoutrements, of the one, quote unquote. And so, weighing out that decision was very, very serious, because, if anybody has been married and divorced or seen their parents and seen great examples, you have to know that marriage is serious, very serious. It's the most serious thing you have to do on this side, outside of being Christian. Excuse me. I think a gnat is like lighting on my lipstick. But anyway, so it just helped to lull me into depression, coupled with the fact that I do battle depression, as a former active duty member of the illustrious United States Navy. Sometimes it doesn't take much to bend us and push us into that spiral of depression as former military members. And so, there's a saying out there that, go check on your strong friend. I'm that strong friend. I'm the one that's always taking care of everyone else. But today, I am deciding, instead of crying, bawling into the fetal position and just crying my eyes out and gaining more weight, probably because I would have stressed out some more. My friends helped me to get out and exercise and walk and fight back. And although I'm not running a marathon, I'm not lifting a bunch of weights, and I'm not looking like a triathlete right now. That's not what it's about. It's about getting up and actively fighting against a condition where I may have to deal with this for the rest of my life, but it does not have to take victory over me. It doesn't have to take control over me. It doesn't have to, put me in prison. For others who deal with depression, I advise you not only to go out and get exercise and get some fresh air and things like that. Yes, seek counsel, seek counsel with a psychologist, a psychiatrist. Go see your doctors. Tell your friends and your family that you're struggling, and it's okay. It's gonna be okay. And it's fine to do that, because not everyone is okay all the time. It's just a human thing to go through things. But when you have a condition of it, of course the battles with it are more frequent, but it's still okay to tell someone. Get out of your routine. Hopefully this is not babbling on and on, but I just wanted to make this moment really short today and, get through some things. But this is just a random life push through depression. I think that's what I'm going to call it. So I'm gonna go, guys. It's getting really dark, so I can't I'm not going to be getting much daylight here, so I'm gonna have to cut the video short. But at any rate, I thank you so much for joining me for this moment. And don't forget, guys, if you like the video, please subscribe, share, hit the notification button so you'll be notified when there are more updates and more posts. And don't forget also that your life can change in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, guys. So take advantage of those moments, okay? So I'll see you guys next time. This has been episode 10 of A Moment with Miss Dudley. I'm Miss Dudley, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. God bless, and bye.